Oh my! What the? Oh my gosh, dude!
Yo!
Are you kidding me, Hog?
What do you think?
Dude, it looks brand freaking new. Are you kidding me right now?
Okay, welcome back to another episode with Paradox the Rapper, your favorite DIY YouTube rapper. So by now you have seen the color reveal of this 240 on Christian's channel. I'm gonna show you how we got there. This is probably going to end up being a two-part series of how to wrap your 240 at-home DIY style. So I have fixed the Bondo work, and this is pretty good, and it's going to be as smooth as that's going to get. Once you have all the Bondo prep completed, like in my last video, you got your color right here. And yes, this is the same color as my MR2. It looks kind of pinkish right now on this front-facing camera on my phone, but it is as candy red as it gets. So the MR2 and the 240 are both gonna match. I'm gonna measure this out, put you guys on the time lapse, and I'm gonna start cutting. Just peel the backing paper off. Be very careful not to get any contaminants. Put your magnet down so it doesn't move on you, because that's the worst. As soon as you go to pull on it, the whole thing just hits the ground. So once you have it at this point, you get your two magnets right there. You grab this end, you take it up, and then you pull. You pull down and you pull up at the same time up top. And then there's this body line right here, right? You want to kind of anchor that to the body line. That's your point in which you're going to be working it. Then you put your two magnets back here. Okay, just to hold that steady. Then you grab this side all the way to where the last crease is, and then you pull there you go, towards the hood and down. And that, you guys, is how. Oh, okay. I'll go up a little more. And that's how you lay your piece. Now at this point you just squeegee. So you squeegee along this line here, kind of along the top ridge. Now the protective film cover is still on it, so you don't have to really worry about damaging it. We'll take it off in a minute because it doesn't like to go around curves. Don't make any creases. Okay, so here you got this line right here. You want to work that in first with your finger and then with the squeegee. Okay, that's just a natural 240 body line. You want to work that in first before you do anything, because you don't want that to pop back up. Here we got, oh, that's where the fender ends. Here's another line right here. Just run your finger along there. Okay, good. There you go. And then just squeegee all this down. Once you get to about right here, it's starting to pull because the rim's got too much poke. Then at this point, what you do is you just take the wrap cover off. So once the wrap cover comes off, it becomes a lot more pliable, but also susceptible to scratches. So you see that? Yeah, there it is. You guys just saw me do this in time lapse, so let's talk about it now. You basically want to kind of just anchor it from this point, and then you pull pretty good, a lot of tension that way, and then pull this way. If you pull it hard enough, when you go to pull down and up, you won't have any like weird wrinkles. It would just smooth everything out. That's how you set up your wrinkles on almost everything. You want to do the top first, so that remember how we just squeegeed right here along this body line? All you have to do now is grab this, heat it up a little bit, and then give it a little bit of a pull, and then you just have to make it to here, and then you cinch it down and you're good to go. Over here, same thing, you just kind of pull it this way and then give it a little bit of heat, and then you just make it around the corner and you're good there. Down here, the light's gonna block you if you have this conversion. You just want to make a slight little cut right here along the light. It'll give you that relief, and then you can just wrap it down to here. The body kit kind of sits out like this. You just press it in with your squeegee very lightly, and then over here you're just pulling down. You cut off from the wheel, so this wheel has a lot of camber and a lot of poke, so that's why all this is going to cause you problems. So you cut down to here, but you still have enough room to fold over. See that? Okay, working in these things, you might get some bubbles. Don't worry, don't lift it back up, just poke it with the pointy part of your knife and that will all go away. You kind of stretch it down this way to there. You stop right there, you work it into this crease. You don't want to stretch over this crease because it might pop back out later when it's hot. And then once you work everything into that crease, then you go down to this crease, and then you go down under here, like that. So yeah, all this just folds over, heat it up, cut it, and you're good to go. The rest of the body is kind of the same. This is Michelle. She's my girlfriend, and she's also a rapper. You just don't see her do it most of the time. She's busy doing other things. But here, I think I'm gonna have her do this on the other side while I'm working on this side. So I have carbon fiber this whole thing, and right down here where I peel the strips, also carbon fiber that. Why did I do carbon fiber? That's all I had left. So normally I would do this in gloss black or matte black or whatever, but I don't have any of that extra and I didn't want to order any. So he's getting carbon fiber black accents everywhere, including right back here on the hatch. So it's kind of hard for you guys to see, but it's a really cool detail. Once you, oh yeah, you should do this thing too. This thing's gonna go carbon fiber as well. But here's how you do the door. So you guys saw in the time lapse. I'm not gonna do this in real time because it just takes too long. The video's just gonna be too long. I lay this whole thing down and I blew it with the air compressor. Now that thing is really helpful because it gets rid of all the possible dust and contaminants. And then you just lay this all down. I basically anchor it here, anchor it there. Make sure I stretch this way and that way so that when I go to work it down, it doesn't make like vertical wrinkles. Then I just went and did it with the protective film on it. Squeegee the whole thing down. Run my finger along this line here. Push the air out of that. Then once you get down to here, you want to run your squeegee on this top line, and then you flatten it out, and then you run your squeegee on this bottom line. And then once you have this all anchored right here, you can just fold this over, squeegee it down, good to go. So now you have all your nice edges. You just cut along the opposite edge. Pretty basic stuff. Here, I'm gonna make sure that I cut along this edge of the door handle so that I have material fold over, and then I can do the door handle separately. No need to risk losing this whole big piece to cut out the door handle. So that's how you do the door, guys. Back to the time lapse. Okay, so if you guys are wrapping your own car and you have a bumper from a 90s car or any bumper that has a shelf like this, here's what you would call a perfect setup. Now, the reason why I set it up so that I do the top piece as a separate piece, because you can see here, as I come around this corner, right, I'm going from a 90-degree to a flat. And what that does is causes this bunching to happen right here. So if I were to try to do it in one piece, I would have to really pull it really hard, and it might discolor this wrap because it's kind of thin and kind of transparent. So I wanted to avoid that, and I probably would have had to take this whole headlight assembly off to make it work. Now, if you do it this way, then it's less labor where you don't have to take shit apart. And what you want to do is have these wrinkles running this way, right? Like that, right? So all you got to do is just lift that up, heat it, and it goes away. So these wrinkles, once you heat it, it will be gone. And then down here, these lines are going this way. So once you heat this up, it will glass out just like the middle right here. You see that? Yeah, see? And then I can just cut along this top edge right here and then fold that under. So back on the time lapse, I'll show you guys how to clean this up. You do this same thing on the other side. Basically, I'm gonna heat this, pull it down this way, and then progressively work it over here. And as I go, I just attach it to the vents and stuff like that until it's all glassed, and then I just cut it out. Okay, so once you make it around this corner, I've already cut out these little inserts and stuff like that. So once you get to this corner right here, all you have to do is just heat it up like this. Get all those wrinkles out. Okay. Just relax, don't pull on it. Just let it get nice and warm there. Once it's relaxed, then you pull like that. You see how all the tension is just going this way, so it's horizontal. Yeah, once you make it past that little curve on this bumper, you're good. You lift that back up, repeat this whole thing. Working into that line there. That's your one point in which it can lift on you. Once that line's set, then you can pull everything else up top. Yeah, just like that there. From here I'm gonna pull this out. Okay, my knifeless tape is right here. Oh, no, it's not. My knifeless tape is up here, so I have to work into this curve. But I'm going to set the bottom first here before I do the top. Okay, just like that. Pretty much good to go. I like to use my thumb just so that I can feel the material rather than the squeegee, and kind of feel what it's doing. If there's any bubbles happening, I can like stop myself because I can feel it. The squeegee, you can cinch the bubble and then cause yourself a major wrinkle that it could be permanent. Okay. There's some crap right here. So you get any kind of like particulates, you can just scrape it off the back if you put some water in it. In my case, I'm licking my finger. There we go, clean. And then up top, we're going to work it into this crease here. You work the crease with no tension on it. Okay. Then you heat it up. Okay. There it is, guys. All done.